So last week I got an email that said, "Hi Ben, I was scrolling through Facebook when I saw a post about free husky puppies. I knew it was a scam, but just wanted to drag them along. I was just wondering if you could maybe teach these scammers a lesson." And I thought, sure, let's teach some scammers a lesson. So I go to the Facebook page that this scammer is running, and it's named Ann Lori Powell. I guess this Ann is a dog breeder of some kind. And is she busy or what? It seems like every hour there's a new post about free puppies. And boy, are they cute. But it's too bad that Ann does not own them, because you can run a reverse image search on these pups and find them all on Pinterest. So what's Ann got up her sleeve with all these free puppy ads? There's only one way to find out. So I message her and I say, "Hi, I'm interested in the huskies." And she responded and said, "All right, where are you located?" I just make up a random city and I say I'm in Springfield. And it just so happens that she lives just down the road. How convenient.
Coincidence? I think not!
She said, "Are you interested in male or female?" I said female, and she said they cost $20 for the rehoming fee, they are vaccinated and dewormed. And she actually meant $200. Dang, they always get you with these hidden fees. When did you want to come pick it up? Can I come check her out today? No problem, but she wouldn't give me her address until I made a deposit. And I thought, a deposit just to come look? She said the deposit is $100 and it's refundable if something changes. I take PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, Chime, or Apple Pay. And occasionally card, so kindly let me know what works for you best. Occasionally card, huh? I wonder if this might be one of those occasions where she might accept cards. So I say, "What about credit card?" She said, "Yes, I also accept that." She then sends me some pictures and says, "You just have to show me the picture like this, the front and the back." Now, obviously, I'm not gonna send her a picture of my actual credit card. That would be stupid. But I do come up with an idea that might help me learn a little bit more about what's going on here. So I decided to generate a virtual card with privacy.com that I could give her. Privacy is one of my favorite tools because it lets you create virtual cards to use anywhere online without exposing your real card number. And you can even set spending limits so you're always in control of how it's used. And today's video is sponsored by Privacy, and honestly, this product makes me feel so much safer when I'm spending money online. You just connect it to your funding source like your bank account, and then use the unique cards instead of your actual card. And they can be closed at any time or even locked to a single merchant, giving you complete control over how they're used. The best part is that if there's ever a data breach or your card details are stolen, you can simply pause or delete the card without touching your bank account or updating payment info everywhere else. You can use these for subscriptions, online shopping, or budgeting. Just cap the spending limit on each card and you'll never overspend without realizing it. Give it a try yourself and go to privacy.com/pleasantgreen and get a $5 sign-up bonus for your first purchase. Privacy is free to use and there are no transaction fees for domestic purchases. With Privacy, I know that my real card details are safe and I'm in control of every transaction. So again, go to privacy.com/pleasantgreen right now, grab your $5 sign-up bonus and make your online shopping a whole lot safer. The link is in the description and the pinned comment below. But here's the thing, I'm setting the limit on this Privacy card for only $1. So unless he's going to buy something for just $1, it's useless to him. But I'm still gonna give it to him to see what he does with it. I just need to make it look like a physical credit card. So I asked Grok to take the number from my Privacy card and design me a picture of an actual credit card on a table. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out why this is such a hard ask for AI to do. So I end up just designing it on my own, and I add a little drop shadow, and I take a picture of my computer screen, and I hope that it's good enough. And it must be, because she says, "Okay, hold please, I need to check something. How much is there?" Huh? She says hold. And that's when I see her attempting to buy Apple gift cards, but it's obviously not working because of my spending limit. What's a dog breeder gonna do with Apple gift cards? But since it doesn't work, she starts asking if I can transfer the money or send it through one of the other scamming methods. But then I respond with, "What about Bitcoin?" Okay, I accept that also. Should I send my wallet address now? So she does send it, and then I go ahead and I create a fake transaction to make it look like I really sent her some Bitcoin. But when she goes to retrieve her Bitcoin with my unique URL, I'm able to snag her IP address, her GPS coordinates, and a picture of her through her webcam. And as you can see, it's not a her, it's a he. And he's in Nigeria of all places. Now, if you want to know how I did that, you need to go check out my last video where I explain the process. But the reason that I'm blurring his face in this video is because he looks like a kid who isn't a day over 14. Normally, I wouldn't hesitate to expose a scammer, but this is just a kid who's probably fallen in with the wrong crowd. And I can see the very street and the very building that he's messaging me from, and if I look at the street view and his curtains, I could probably make a pretty good guess on which room is his. And before I wrote him back, I started to take a Google walk around his neighborhood. I started looking at the way that people live, And I asked myself, if I was 14 and living in a place like this, trying to find my place in the world, would I be doing anything different? I almost felt bad, and I decided that rather than expose this scammer, this might be an opportunity to teach him a lesson. So I asked if I could come see the dog now, and he acted all confused because the Bitcoin never showed up in his account. And he has no idea that I know what I know. He then asks if I can send it through Apple Pay, and he gives me a phone number to send it to. He says, show me the screenshot when you are done. And I ask, who am I sending the money to? To the vet. What's the vet's name? His name is Haywood. Did you send it? So now I need to find out who he actually wants me to send this money to, because there is no person-to-person Apple Pay in Nigeria. The number that he gave me is American, but it surely doesn't belong to a vet named Haywood. But with a little digging, I'm able to trace it to a woman named Anna, who also has accounts on MyFitnessPal, Pandora, and even the Bible app. This is why you don't use the same phone number for your personal stuff as you do for your money laundering operation. But my guess is that she doesn't know that she's being used as a money mule. Scammers probably have her thinking that she's receiving and sending money for a legitimate company. Because when I send her a text asking if I'm supposed to pay her for the dog, she leaves me on red like she has no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna need to report this number, but Ann, or so he calls himself, wants to know if I've sent the money to this vet. I say, I sent Haywood a text and he has not responded yet. Ann says, don't send him a text, he won't reply. Yeah, so I've learned. He says this is only for receiving money, but then he gives me another number to contact the vet. And this is probably him, so then I just cut right to the chase and I call.
Hello?
Hi there, is this Haywood?
Yeah.
How you doing there, Haywood?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Now this guy definitely sounds Nigerian, but I'm wondering if it's the kid in the picture or someone else collecting money for him. You're the veterinarian, right?
Yes.
And they want me to send you that money?
Yes.
I just have a couple questions though about that dog, if it's okay.
Okay, go on.
You still have the dog? It's in good health and everything?
Yes.
It's been vaccinated and it's potty trained?
Yes. Yeah.
You've been regularly squeezing those anal glands on that little puppy?
What?
You've been regularly squeezing the anal glands? You know, some of these huskies, you know, they release that little stuff and they rub their butt on the carpet and it gets all stinky if you don't squeeze those anal glands. So you've been taking care of that little husky, have you?
Yeah. I have the pet is in good condition. Don't worry.
All right, when you squeeze those anal glands, do you usually use one finger or two fingers?
What?
When you squeeze those anal glands on that puppy, do you use one finger or do you use two fingers?
I didn't get that. What are you saying?
Are you located over there over on Adawale House?
What?
By the G7 gas station?
Text the person on Facebook. The person will send you the address, so you can come here directly.
Okay. So the fact that he didn't get nervous about me revealing his address has me a little confused. So I write back to this Ann, the dog breeder, who I know is in this house, and I say, is this where the dogs are? He says, what the is this? No, of course not. So that's your house then? And no response. I think I've got him. I said, listen to me. I know you're trying to scam me. And surprisingly, he didn't deny it. He said, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Just trying to survive though. I said, who was that other guy that I was talking to? Was that you or another guy? No, someone I met online. So I learned that this guy is the kid in the picture, but the vet collecting money is someone else. According to the kid, this was an older guy in Nigeria who was recruiting young men to help him scam Americans. He offered this kid a job if he would run this puppy Facebook page that he set up and generate leads for him. And if he managed to find someone willing to pay $100 for a dog, he'd have them send money to the older dude and he would make 20%. I asked him who else he'd scammed and he said since he started, only one other person, a guy named Michael. He even gave me his phone number for me to confirm.
I had a suspicion, but I was like, no, they seemed credible. They made me believe that it was a legit person. And I sent them 100, but then they just mentioned gift cards, and I was like, oh crap, I know exactly this is a scam.
The kid then said, can you teach me a way to make money without doing this shit? And he seemed pretty genuine and embarrassed for what he was involved in. And I thought it was respectable since most of the scammers that I talk to just end up cussing me out and blocking me. So I wanted to give him some advice. But I gotta say, I don't know the best ways to make money in Nigeria. So I told him that if he provided me with some kind of service, I'd be willing to pay him for it. So I basically gave him some homework, and I said, make a one-page document that talks about pet scams and how to avoid them. He said, a page, right? I said, yes, something that you could hand someone to warn them about pet scams. And to my surprise, he went to work using his laptop for something meaningful instead of deceptive. He spent a couple of hours on it and actually sent me a couple of pages listing how the scam worked and what red flags to look for. Things like refusal to meet and extra fees. He even told me where he found the pictures. And I really appreciated that he put in the effort, so I did what I thought was fair, and I paid him $100 in Bitcoin. And this time, Haywood wasn't going to keep 80% of it. After this, I wrote him, and I said, so tell me, does it feel better to make money by working or scamming? He said, working is the best. I feel really great and got a huge burden off my chest. He then deleted the page so nobody else would fall for this scam. And doing that also means that he's lost his way of communicating with me. So I doubt I will ever hear from him again. And I wondered, did this whole experience change anything for him? I can't say for sure, but I'd like to believe that he caught a glimpse of how good it feels to earn something honestly, by working hard and creating value instead of taking it. Maybe this small moment will spark something bigger for him. Maybe it'll remind him that a better path is always possible. And maybe that's a message for all of us. We can't control the life that we're handed, but we can always choose how we respond to it. And sometimes, choosing to do the right thing, even in a small way, can make all the difference. Also, I still have that Victim Zelle account, and if this video gets 100,000 views, I'm gonna surprise him with the money that he lost. Call me weird, I just think that being generous is the most fun thing that you can do with money. Maybe y'all should give it a try sometime. I don't think you'll have to look too far to find an opportunity. Well, thank you all for watching another one of my videos. How about you watch another? And remember to be careful where you get your pets, and I'll see you later.